Macca's Guides.
Hey guys, Macca here. Welcome to completed episode number 87. In today's video, we are taking a look at a game called QUBE 2, one of the best first-person puzzle games I've played since Portal 2. For those of you who may be new to the channel, the completed series is a series where I take a look at a game that I recently got all the gamer score in. I talk about that game and I tell you about the achievements, and I even do a little bit of a mini review at the end of the video. Now, recently I've been grinding to 450,000 gamer score, and on my journey there, I've decided to go back into my backlog and try to finish off some games I never got around to, and QUBE 2 is one of those games which launched in early March for $25, although I recently just got around to it. Now, in order to avoid spoilers, the gameplay you're watching on screen is a bunch of different puzzles from various parts of the game, and they won't ruin any of the story or anything like that for you. So, QUBE 2 is obviously the sequel to QUBE 1, which launched on Xbox around 3 years ago, and that was also a pretty good game. Now, the general premise is that this is a first-person puzzle game where you possess the ability to spawn cubes that interact differently with the world around them, and you have to use these cubes in order to solve puzzles to get your way from beginning to end. Now, in terms of the achievements and the amount of time you might have to spend in order to complete this game, I would say that for most people, it's going to be between 5 and 8 hours in order to complete the game. There are a total of 15 achievements, and you will get 12 of them for sure, no matter what, as long as you beat the game. Now, there are 2 missable achievements that you'll have to grab along the way, which are about halfway through the game, and unfortunately there's no chapter select or any way to kind of reload certain areas of the game, so if you miss those 2, you will have to start the game over. And there are also 2 endings to the game. However, you can get both endings in one playthrough if done correctly. I was lucky enough that I was able to get all the achievements in one playthrough, which does mean that obviously one of my last achievements was for doing one of the 2 endings. For achievement or trophy difficulty, I'm going to rate the game a 3 out of 10. It's not too bad. Some of the puzzles are a little bit complex, but obviously there are going to be resources online to help you should you get stuck. I wouldn't really recommend for this game to do the entire thing with a full game walkthrough, for example, as you'll have a lot more enjoyment and get a lot more bang for your buck if you just enjoy the game for what it is. Some of the puzzles are a little complex, but most of them are very possible with just a little bit of trial and error. I like to end every episode of Completed with a bit of a mini review, and then I also have a fun factor score. And for this game, my fun factor score is an 8.5 out of 10, which is pretty high for a puzzle game. Now, I wouldn't say this game is as good as games like Portal 2, but I would definitely say it's on the same level as other first-person puzzle games that I really enjoyed, like the Turing Test and The Witness. This game has a lot of things going for it, and I actually think it's one of the best-looking Xbox One X enhanced games out there. But more importantly, the puzzles are very well designed. For puzzle games, there is a very important sweet spot from where you understand the puzzle to when you're able to accomplish the puzzle. And if the time difference between those 2 things is too long, generally puzzle games get very frustrating and not enjoyable. But in this game's case, pretty much as soon as you understand the puzzle, you're able to solve it instantly. The game also has a story, and although it is somewhat predictable, it's pretty good considering that it's a puzzle game. Now, I do have a couple of issues with the game, but before I get into those issues, I want to say flat out and clear that I do recommend this game. I enjoyed it a lot, and if you enjoy puzzle games, you will most likely enjoy this game, as I believe it is very well made. Although I think there could have been some minor touches to the game that would have made it even better and up to that really high tier of puzzle games. For example, I would have really loved if the game had a chapter select or a level select. It would have been nice to have a little bit of background music during some of the longer levels when trying to figure things out. It got a little bit quiet. And something that was in the original game that wasn't in this game was a time trial mode and the ability to kind of challenge yourself in certain levels, attain gold medals, try to work with a certain amount of time on the clock or a certain amount of moves available to you when spawning cubes. Some kind of additional challenge or trials would have been fantastic for a game like this, or even some type of stats screen at the end that showed you how long the game took you or how many steps you needed to complete all the puzzles. I think some of these small things would have really improved the replayability of this game and would have made it even easier to recommend, because although I do recommend it, it is quite expensive at $25, and some people will definitely shy away from the game because of that. Also, while playing the game, I came across all these cool scenarios where I thought there could be an awesome achievement associated with doing something in a specific way, but instead the achievement list is really bland and uncreative, which is unfortunate that you have such an uncreative list for such a cool and creative game. Now, even with all those problems, even without a challenge mode or chapter select or creative achievements, like I said earlier, this game is still definitely really, really good. If you enjoy puzzle games, I definitely recommend it, just to go through from beginning to end and enjoy the game for what it is and grab some easy achievements along the way. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you've completed Cube 2 or have it in your backlog, let me know in the comments down below. I've included a link to purchase some Xbox Live Gold currency if you want to buy this game. I've also included the links to TrueAchievements game page and the Xbox Achievements forum page for those who are interested. Thank you guys so much for watching. A special thanks to the amazing people on Patreon who support the channel, and hopefully I see you guys next time. Peace!